Welcome everybody out to Utah in the Weeds. This is episode 97. We're getting there, folks. Almost there. I'm Tim Pickett, the host, and today we're celebrating 420. A little bit late, but I wanted you to hear some of the clips that I recorded during the day. Lots of people's thoughts and attitudes about the cannabis holiday, cannabis Christmas, and it was a fun day here in Utah. A lot of enjoyment around and excitement around the Utah Medical Cannabis program. We were at Beehive Medical Cannabis Pharmacy. We were at Dragonfly Medical Cannabis Pharmacy in downtown Salt Lake. Also, I started out at Wholesome in Bountiful. There were events down in Deseret Wellness in Provo and Park City. There were sales all over so people could stock up on their medicine. And one of the things that I noticed is there's so much love for the patients here in Utah and how this program is growing and really just expanding to help people. So enjoy this episode. We're getting close. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to Utah in the Weeds. You can find us anywhere, iTunes podcasts. We've got a lot more great content coming up. Make sure you're tuned in for next week. Clifton Uckerman, part one of a two-part series of the beginning of his story, the canna therapist here in Utah now. He was a panel speaker and the keynote speaker at the 420 Dragonfly event. A little bit about that in this episode as well. Enjoy. So basically what I was going to do is I'm just going to go around everywhere I go today and ask people how they feel about 420, the program, who they are, what the hell they're doing. Right?
So my name is Julian Miranda. I'm the Community Engagement Manager for Wholesome Co. I've been with them for just over a year, and I've been having an awesome time just getting to know the greater cannabis community here in Utah.
So what does 420 mean to you, Julian?
So 420 to me, obviously, first and foremost, it's a day to celebrate just this cannabis plant, the amazing properties it has, not only as a medicine, but as an industrial product, such as hemp. There's so many applications for it. But today at Wholesome Co, we're actually trying to make it a point to bring awareness to our patients about expungement, about the social inequity that's going on with the war on drugs. We're going to be joined by RASA. They are a citizen forward profit company that is going to be doing expungement through the Clean Slate Act, which is automatically expunging criminal records for people. And so Ross is going to be out here talking about the expungement process and just kind of bringing awareness to that and for our patients. So we're really excited to have them out here and used to be serving all our patients all day long.
Jared, tell us about the flower.
Yeah, super excited about it. My favorite is Tricross right now. We've got that in 3.5 gram units. There's also Gorilla OG, Gummy Bears, and Fruit by the Foot. Some newer strains that we've released. We've had Gorilla OG before, but those other three are new this time around, and Tricross is actually my favorite of this bunch, the most potent and good stuff. All of our flowers greenhouse grown with the sun, supplemental LEDs as well. Got a nice brand new greenhouse up there, and it's looking good.
Kylie.
I am not 100% sure how 420 came about.
Yeah, it was the Waldos. You know what you should do is you should watch this YouTube channel that I have. It's called Discover Marijuana. He talks about the Waldos, the guys they were in high school, right? Yeah. They were in high school and they used to meet after something they got done at like 4:00, so they'd meet over on this wall, and it was next to a statue of Louis Pasteur. And they would smoke weed at 420. And then one of them or their dad was a bass roadie for the Grateful Dead and got the story out that's how the story got out, was they were part of the Grateful Dead roadie crew. And so there you go. Lesson learned. Do you have a lot of new patients here today?
Yeah, we have a ton of new patients here today. My pharmacists are almost full. I almost don't have any appointments left. Why today?
Adam Toller, who was on our podcast, I don't even know what episode it was. Do you remember the number? No. Who knows what number? It was like last summer. But it was a good episode, and you're doing walk-in visits today. I'm kind of interested in what you think of 420 as a provider.
I think that 420 means good people, good weed, good fun. And as a provider, yeah, it's all about helping people. And this is a great time to come in and see us and get evaluated for your conditions and get the help you need.
Yeah, I think from a provider, like from my standpoint too, I think it's just exposing the plant to more people, no matter what way it is, because sometimes we're going to expose it through parties like this and like discounts and things, and then other times you're going to expose it through people being addicted to opioids and having to get off of them, and that other traditional, like what we would be used to as providers. But I don't feel like it matters how you get exposed, as long as you get exposed and the experience wasn't negative.
Correct. I absolutely agree with that. I think that having a good positive experience with cannabis in a good environment can really bring about healing and uplifting to the patients. So events like this could be a great way to be introduced to cannabis.
I'm Laura Lucas. I'm a patient navigator over here at Utah Therapeutic. It's a great day for 420. It's beautiful. Sun is shining. I love seeing everyone in their canna gear, and it's like Christmas over here.
You've been with us for about a year and a half. How has your involvement in the cannabis space changed you?
It's changed me by seeing how much it helps people. We have all ages, all religions. I come in to work every day looking forward to hearing people's stories on medications they're not taking anymore and how happy this makes them, and it makes me happy to be able to help people and hear their stories.
That's cool. Thanks, Laura.
So my name's J.D. Lauritsen, and what 420 means to me is really activism. I know we celebrate it a lot as kind of a more corporate holiday, a consumption holiday. I like to look at it more from activism, and that's really what we're doing here at Wholesome Co today. 4.2% of all sales today will be going to Mission Green to help get cannabis prisoners out of prison. So for us, it's a day of activism and a day of giving back.
Wow, that is cool. 4.2%?
Yes. 4.2% of all sales will go to Mission Green, and yeah, they're an activism group that helps to get federal cannabis prisoners out of prison. So our money will help do that.
One of the things I love about this whole industry is we do these fun little things about 420, right? We ask for $4.20 donations from patients. Right. We donate 4.2% to Mission Green here at Wholesome today. It makes it fun. It makes us all a community. Don't you think?
That's right. I mean, today, to me, I understand some people may have certain feelings about the word 420, but it's more than that, right? This isn't just about, consumption and being a stoner and all that stuff. It truly started as a day of activism. So that's what we see it as, and that's how we've, positioned it. And, we're having a great time out here today. We're really excited. A company called Rowe will be out here today to talk about expungements with people, and we're excited to announce next month some stuff that we're going to do with them. So yeah, this is the first step in a number of avenues that we're going to take to give back and help people. Try to do our best to help repair some of the harms of the war on drugs.
So my name is Dylan Rowe, and I did 8 years in the Marines. I was an infantry squad leader. Did a couple tours to Sangin. Got hurt and came home and ran into the benzos and the opiates and everything that was being prescribed, and just was really unhealthy. My family life started to fall apart. I switched to Medical Cannabis in 2018 and got off of every single thing that I was on. Lost 75 pounds, went to school for psychology, got my degree, and now I'm a local beekeeper.
You're a beekeeper?
Yeah. I just started this year. It's something I really wanted to do towards the tail end of my degree. And I have 4 hives in Davis County, and just been trying to promote positive vibes and live life.
Do you feel like cannabis, you switched to cannabis in 2018. Do you feel like, it sounds like from your even the short story you've given me, that was part of a big change for you.
It was huge. Biggest thing, I wasn't afraid of dying at night. I didn't have to carry a Narcan anymore. My wife and I started to develop a whole new relationship. It was filled with love and trust and understanding, and she was really happy and really proud of me for making the decision to just turn in all my medications and cold turkey it. And I mean, it hurt for a while, but medical cannabis like literally saved my life. I probably would not be here if it wasn't for it and the push in Utah.
Are you? Why come out on 420?
Oh, why not come out on 420? The environment, everybody that is here, like, these are the type of people I want to be around. They're the type of people that I have found to have accepted me for who I am and the decisions that I've made. It's not an uneducated thing to smoke weed for pain or for anxiety or anything, PTSD, and it's a lot safer. It's a lot healthier.
Awesome, man. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for spearheading it, Tim. Like, it hadn't been for you making the push and doing everything that you have done, like, people like me would have been left through the cracks and probably been another victim of the opioid epidemic that's going on in the state.
My name is Jose Perez, and I'm owner of Los Tapatíos food truck. And for the most part, we're really happy to be out here celebrating 420. It's something, a holiday that, it kind of goes under the radar, but it's actually very popular throughout my culture. And, it's something that we really like, and we're happy to be a part of it.
My name's Alex. I'm with Wholesome Co. So 420 is a celebration of the medicine and the culture, like where it comes together, where people get to experience culture, they get to experience the history of cannabis in our country and the world, and they also get great relief from pain.
This next section is going to be at Beehive Medical Cannabis Pharmacy. Hi, I'm Tim.
Melissa. I'm a caregiver of a patient. The journey's been long, and it's been me resisting several parts of it along the way, but we're warming up, and I'm trying to learn and be supportive and know that it helps.
So I'm Billy, and 420 means to me, I feel like it's just like the day of destigmatizing cannabis use too, where it's just like everyone's celebrating, everyone knows 420, even before I smoked pot. Oh wait, that's the wrong way to say it. Used cannabis, even before I used cannabis. It was before I was medicating. It was still just like, haha, 420 blaze it, There's pictures of me on my mission holding a clock at exactly 420 on 420 because I thought it was funny. So it's just kind of this day of like recognizing marijuana, I guess, as just part of a cultural moment.
So you graduated from the Y.
Yes.
Here, we all know what that means. So did you do anything on 420 when you were in school?
Yes, but according to them, no. It was very under the wraps because BYU is very anti any sort of drug, alcohol, any sort of use like that. So I had my little house in Provo that me and my friends just went into the backyard and lit up a little bit.
May have partaken.
And may or may not have partaken, allegedly. So, but it was a fun little time, and it's just like the Waldos and with the 420 story, right? Going and 420, going to the statue, lighting up, having a good time with your buds.
Sweet. Okay, who's next? Courtney.
420 now, because I work here with you, is like the Christmas season in one day. So it means I'm busy. But when I was younger, it meant stuff that maybe wasn't legal. Don't put that in the podcast. Can I? Okay. I guess. I mean, I was younger in high school, college. It was like a fun... I had a group of friends that we would hang out on 420 and do the 420 things, and now I get paid to do the 420 things.
I think it's even funny how people, even now, we're like, oh, wait, just the way we say it, just the way we still talk about it, we're just not all the way there, right? We're just not all the way.
Immediately I was like, oh my God, my mom's going to hear me say that. So yeah, she fully knows now. I've been doing this for like 2 years now, so she knows, but yeah.
Your mom's well aware of who you are and where you work.
Hi, I'm Samantha Simmerly. 420 to me is just a great holiday. It's I love the community. It's just I feel like it brings everyone together in the cannabis community, and I love that. It just makes me feel, you know, a little closer to everyone in the community, and it's nice to feel that support. You know, sometimes you can feel kind of alone, and so it's nice to have that cannabis family come together.
What got you involved?
I've kind of used it off and on since probably high school, and but I've been a patient for about a year or so, and I've known for the past few years though that it really helps a lot with like anxiety and sleep a lot, definitely.
What's your favorite product?
Ooh, for me it's flower. I usually like flower the most. Yeah, well, I really liked the, I think it was called Push Pop Cake.
Yeah.
That one, I think, is it Select? Sugar House Select, I think it was the brand. I really liked that one. That one was really good.
Oh, do you just hold it? Okay.
You can hold it.
No, I wouldn't know when to do this.
Why?
Because I would just, the singer would kick it and I'd be like, yeah. Total eclipse of the, see, I'm ready. I'm ready for karaoke.
Once you have the microphone in your hand,
Yeah.
it's songs.
Yeah, it's
And
musical.
It's right here, right?
You've got proper mic technique.
I was taught.
Where'd you learn that?
High school musicals.
You had a better high school musical director than me. If Miss May is listening, you were fine.
No, so we had Marilee Webb was our choir director. She's from here. I think now she directs and if Marilee Webb, if you're listening, you gave great mic technique. And I know that I went into the cannabis space, and I still think she is still the women's choir director at BYU.
Oh, so you had very good education, is what you're saying. I'm Amber Stashitis, and 420 for me it's just being able to celebrate that we have this medicine in our state. I think it's important for people to be honest and open about their cannabis use. And 420 is an opportunity to do that because a lot of people are showing that they're open about their cannabis use. So it's like, if you're going to embrace it, if you're going to step out of the closet, the canna closet, maybe 420 is that day for you.
Bijan Sakaki with Beehive Pharmacy and Beehive Gardens. 420, man, that means a lot. 420 is a day that a lot of the culture comes out. They put in the time. It's about the culture, the people. It's more than just the medicine. 420 was a code everybody used. And now it's evolved into a day, and it's evolved into a movement. So I think it's really important to the culture, but it's, again, necessary to also not digress from what the plant is. Plant's here to help, so let's not lose sight of that. So 420 is a good day to recognize that, bring everybody together, and I think industry-wise, people love it because it brings the patients out. You get deals, you get vendors, you get food trucks. It's crazy now to see the 420 being recognized as a cultural day. But yeah, I think it's important. Don't lose sight of it. Even patients out there, don't lose sight on why this medicine helps you. Don't get distracted by the fancy stuff. If it's good medicine for you, stick with it.
Okay, so say your name and then say what 420. What's 420 all about for you? You know, when you get asked at Christmas, like, oh, what's Christmas mean to you? Okay.
I'm Jen McCoakani. I've been a QMP here since July. Christmas means to me helping patients. 420 Christmas. It's kind of a nice break to help patients in a way that's maybe a little bit more light and airy.
Hey, this is Alex Dismuke. 420, means to me it's, it's kind of a group, just a group holiday. You try to get together with all your best friends, family members, celebrate it like Christmas. You hang out, have fun, enjoy the day, and just kind of just be in nature where it all came from, and just enjoy what's provided for you.
You bring up this nature thing, so it's springtime, 420. You've got Easter is always close by. You're more likely, I feel like we're more likely to be outside. Like you say, enjoy, and there's no real gifts associated, so there's not a lot of pressure like there is with real Christmas. I feel like with real Christmas there's a lot of pressure, but 420 there's no pressure.
Exactly. Sadly we're not in a state where we gift medical marijuana. If we could, then I'd be definitely giving some gifts out to my buddies, but no pressure. Just it's all on you. Just whatever you buy, it's all for yourself. And I mean, unless your buddies have also medical marijuana cards, and then it's okay to share. But for them, or for there, it's all for you, and it's a great holiday to just enjoy, to chill, be one with nature, go out in nature, just kind of relax, soak it all up, and enjoy.
Okay, Victor, you've never been on the podcast. You've been working with us for 2 years, so you've seen a lot of patients come through, as many as anybody in the whole organization, probably as many as anybody in the state. Really, you've probably helped more people get through the EVS system than anybody in Utah.
Me and Katie would probably Stu as well as in that bundle.
Yes.
But yeah, the three of us.
What do you like about the whole program, like this whole thing, or about 420?
Well, I think 420 is a celebration of freedom. And what I like about the whole program is that it creates that freedom for people to speak about it, for people to be able to feel able to just talk freely about this subject, which is really important. It's just medication and different ways to do it. There's not only one way to do it. Now there's plenty, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
What makes you love your job or like your job?
Well, I was looking at all the memes they were sending to in the group chat, and that was pretty cool. I was talking to my friends about it, that pretty rarely you see that in a work environment where people are so happy and so festive, and then they share it with you basically, and you feel free to share it as well,
I like it too. I think we have a pretty good culture. This section of the recording is at Dragonfly. So we've moved from Beehive. I was at Wholesome earlier and went to Beehive, saw their festivities. And certainly, I will say, I mean, I like everybody, but Dragonfly did the best job at like getting the community together. This is better than last year. There's food trucks out the back. There's probably 20, 30 booths at least. A lot of people.
I'm Becky Meisenheimer with Pure Plan Medical, and 420 used to never mean anything to me until I started getting into the medical side of cannabis, which we've been involved in the medical side for about a year, and we are very excited because it helps so many people, and it helps myself too, because I've had some real bad back surgeries and hard time sleeping, and so it's changed my life, and so I wanted to get into this business to help other people in their life so they could have an alternative. Cannabis is medicine. We need to help other people understand how important it is, because I've seen what opiates do to families. I see they start taking it because they've got pain and they can't get off of it, and then their whole family falls apart. And when I had my back surgeries, I couldn't take opiates. They made me sick and I would just lose them. And so it was so hard on me to have back surgery. And at that time I discovered CBD and what it could do for people, and investigated that for 4 years, and then went from there and figured out the medical cannabis is really the key.
What's your favorite product that you make?
Pure Plan Harmony, and it smells absolutely wonderful. And I wanted to create something so the people that don't like the earthy flavor or the taste or the smell or the environment of it, I wanted to create a product with effects and be able to put them in there so when you walk in, you can just pick this up and say, hey, I can use Pure Creative. I know what that would stand for: pure energy, harmony, focus, rest, and recovery. And they have really nice terpene profiles, but they also have effects, which a lot of people don't put effects in their cartridges, put effects back into it to give you those terpenes and an effect in a vape cartridge.
This is kind of your thing, right? Is that you have the effects that you're essentially like just putting it right out there. This is what you would feel.
Yes.
Some of the effects that you are probably going to feel. The harmony, and the harmony. Ooh, I'm excited to try that.
I love harmony. It's my favorite. It really is. I mean, for me, I can take just a small amount, one inhale at night, and I can sleep all night and get up rested. And that's huge for somebody with back problems. that they don't toss and turn and move, and you get you really get a good night's sleep. And it doesn't cause anything strange, and I just love it. And that's why we created it. It was a lot for myself, and then we wanted to help others to see that there's an alternative, and everybody's body's different, so they really have to tune into what works for them. My husband, when he tries Harmony, he doesn't like the effect. It riles his brain and the receptors, and he doesn't like that very much, but it puts me right to sleep. So, that's why we created the other line too. We also have some that is for people that do like the way dirt smells and cannabis.
It's the plants. We have a 1-to-1 too.
Yeah. And I don't like the smell of those, but a lot of people do, so we created something for them. It's not my favorite.
It's refreshing to hear the truth, right? Because a lot of people are do I have to eat skunks and dirt?
Yeah, it's not that way at all. When I first went into Curaleaf, I walked in there and it smelled terrible. And I was freaked out by all the names, and I didn't know what they did or why. So that's when I started investigating and saying, demographics in my age, which is middle-aged, if I could create something that people like me could walk in there and go, oh, this is a brand that has one for Harmony. I know what Harmony means, instead of Do-Si-Do or the skunk or all those things.
Indica or sativa. This is why I like 420, because it brings us all together.
Absolutely.
Bruce Meisenheimer with Pure Plan Medical.
So I see you got the sticker, Cannabis is Medicine.
Yes, and we believe in that since Becky's had a hard time with her back over the years, and we needed to find something else for her other than opiates. And this has been helping her out a lot, being able to get restful sleep.
I'd love to invite Megan up onto the stage here, share a few words, talk to you guys a little bit about the UPC and really what they're here to do for our community. So here's Megan.
I'm so pleased to be here celebrating the medicine that has improved so many of our lives. Today I want to tell you how our subsidy program changes lives and how Dragonfly has spearheaded the effort by taking on more patrons than all the other medical cannabis pharmacies combined.
So now we're hearing from the Utah Patients Coalition representative, because Desiree Hennessy, there was an announcement made that Desiree Hennessy has lost her son. So very sad to hear that. Des is just a hell of an activist for medical cannabis here in Utah. Has done so much for the program and for access for so many people in Utah. Condolences definitely to her and her family. The Dragonfly subsidy has put a lot of people through for free product every month. That's run through the Utah Patients Coalition, and multiple pharmacies are part of that. Dragonfly, obviously, here announced that they've supplied a little bit more than everybody else, certainly, and they've done a lot for the community for sure.
So we're really proud to be able to invite our next keynote speaker up here. His name's Clifton Uckerman from Utah Therapeutic Health Center, and he's doing a lot of incredible work around mental health and really helping to destigmatize mental health and having real conversations with people and taking away the shame from that. So I'm really proud to bring Cliff up here, and he's going to talk to you guys a little bit about the work that he is doing. So.
Thank you, Nareth. Thank you so much. All right, so let me get everybody's attention around here. When I say 4, let me hear you say 20. 4! 4! 20! So my name's Cliff Uckerman. I also want us to give a little bit more love and support to our young artists that were up here rapping. Let's give them a round of applause. You guys did a great job. I know that I have to stop at 4:20 so that we can take a moment of silence. So will you just let me know, okay? I want to talk about the shame molecule. I want to coin that term right here on stage today. If you Google that term, you will not find it. It comes from me. And I want to make sure that you all can maybe see me in the future as a pioneer in the medical cannabis industry for bringing behavioral health to this community and to this industry in an affirmative, non-punitive, shame-free kind of way. I want to give a shout out to Tim Pickett with UTTHC for letting me do this work with him. So the shame molecule is a big part of PTSD. PTSD is the only qualifying condition for the Utah Medical Cannabis Program. And that shame molecule gets stuck and locked into the trauma memory. That trauma memory is that negative life event that we all have had in some form or another that gets imprinted into the hind or mid part of the brain. Now, one cool thing is that we're all gathered around here, circling around, dancing around, singing around plant-based medicine, marijuana, cannabis to be exact, and also I think all of us share something in common, which is the traumatic impact of the drug war, the war on drugs that started way back in the 60s and 70s. So the shame molecule that's trapped into that trauma memory, that negative life event, not just in our lives, but probably your dad's life, your grandma's life, your great aunt's life, where they told us that we were bad people, there was something wrong with us, we were doing something wrong, they locked us up, they criminalized us, and for generations, for a minute now, we're still trying to recover from that, and we've been kind of down on our luck, got really hard hit because we could never talk about it, we had to live in silence, we had to have a relationship with medical cannabis in a very criminal way, and then we were thought of as criminals for a long time, and we're recovering from that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how we're helping people treat PTSD with any other negative life event, with any other trauma memory that the shame molecule is packed into, where they come in feeling like they're to blame, they're a bad person, they did something wrong, there's something wrong with them. They get socially ridiculed, socially condemned, socially marginalized, really beaten up and bullied, made to believe that because they're a bad person, they're not going to go to heaven and they're only going to go to hell. So we bring them in, we use medical cannabis in conjunction with the PTSD treatment. We know that CBD, high ratios of CBD with a little bit of THC is what our patients love. They don't want to come in to get high, they want to come in to heal. So what they do is they dose before session, they dose after session, and it helps reduce the inflammation, all that negative life experience, all that trauma, all that bullying, all that social condemnation, all that social ridicule turns into mental stress, emotional, psychological trauma. It inflames the brain. So we help them decompress, we get them out. Call to action is Dragonfly has a product that they just put out today on Facebook. It's the sleep stuff. That's going to be a really important after session dosing strategy. I want you to take a look at that. Let us know what we can do to help. Thank you so much for letting me come up here and be on stage with you.
Stay safe out there.